It's time now for Countywide, a special presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting News. Join News Director Paul David and News Editor Philip Catafamo as they talk with our community's leaders, newsmakers, and people in the know. You'll hear about the hot topics in Yavapai County that affect all our lives. And now here's today's Countywide.
It is great to have you in studio with us today, whether you're watching or listening. We're sitting down with Yavapai County Sheriff's Office spokesman Dwight Evelyn. He is retiring. We're losing another one. I know. We've had quite a few retirement shows lately. Hello, Dwight.
Yeah, I'm retiring, and it just it feels good, but there's a little apprehension about the day-to-day and missing contact with you and all the support we've had over the years from you and a lot of the media organizations. I definitely will miss that, but I feel like it's time.
Yeah. Time for family?
Time for family. I've had, my parents are both gone now, and I've got grandkids I want to see, and my wife and I want to do a little bit of traveling, and it just wasn't in the cards with this job. We got to do some traveling, but I was really tied to the job, and it was very enjoyable. I mean, I've just had a blast here. A lot of challenges, but very, very rewarding overall. That part I'm going to miss, but to not have to check my phone every night when I'm off, at the house just doing family stuff will be very refreshing.
Yeah, just turn that phone off and leave it off.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So when is your last day with the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office?
Well, the official last day is May 14th, which is a Friday. So that'll be it. My plan is to stay on as a volunteer with the Sheriff's Office. I talked to Sheriff Rhodes about this, and he said, "Yeah, please, you stay on, help out where you can." I've worked a lot over the 14 years here with Scott Reed and the Right by Kids program. A little secret between you and me is that I got to be Deputy Do-Right on several occasions, the mascot.
Right.
In fact, you can see him here over my shoulder. And that is such an enjoyable program to go into the schools and get to talk to the kids about different safety things and get to know them and work as a mascot. So I hope to continue to do that. But other than that, my time will be my own.
I wonder what that's like.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's like. We've had so many people retire over the last couple of years that I've talked to over all these years, and then I noticed that I heard that you were retiring, and I was like, wow, okay, so we got to get Dwight in here for sure.
I appreciate that.
So 14 years you've been with YCSO, and prior to that I spoke with Susan Quayle, who was there for quite some time, and prior to that it was Lieutenant Kathy McLaughlin. So YCSO has only had 3 PIOs that I can think of that I've talked to, and then Scott Reed has always been kind of the guy that fills in between, and Scott's going to be kind of doing that for you after you're gone.
Yeah, he's going to be the interim PIO. In fact, he started about a week or two ago, and I'm kind of working with him on that transition. Sheriff Rhodes is currently looking for a new public affairs supervisor, which is the title of the position. And we've already had some applicants turn in their resumes, so that's ongoing. So there'll be a new person in this chair. I would expect close to the time I'm retiring.
I gotta think. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, and so they're gonna, there's a little bit of a learning curve here, and that's why Scott will be able to help out because he's going to be involved with me over the next and has been, 2 or 3 weeks ago over the next few weeks until I retire.
It's got to be kind of a different situation. Talking to me is one thing as far as a media person goes, but when we have those events that happen up here in Yavapai County that are, I guess, considered big events,
right,
state newsworthy, where you get the channels from the Phoenix area coming up, that's got to be kind of a different little beast to have to deal with when they show up as opposed to me and the newspapers and the local folks from Yavapai County.
Well, and I get to be honest, I guess, because what are they going to do? Fire me?
Yeah, but, right, exactly.
We really, our bread and butter, as far as I've been concerned over the last 14 years is our local folks. You guys, especially you and our local newspaper, you're the ones that are responsive to the community. I mean, you live in the community for the most part. You know the concerns. It's obviously by the way you interact with us that you're very in tune with what's going on. That's not always the case down in Phoenix. So that's been my priority, and I know it was Sheriff Masher's priority when I was here, or when he was here. So, but it is different. We've had the Yarnell fire brought in news from all over the country.
World, yeah.
Yeah, and you may recall of course, the Sweat Lodge incident with James Ray and all that. That was an international media situation that we dealt with. So those are very challenging incidents to get through. But I think we did a good job getting the word out. But the enjoyment I've had is sharing all the good work that has happened here at this agency, the challenges, the pluses and the minuses. We were very transparent with what's going on here, but sharing that with our local media folks has been very rewarding, because I know you guys get the word out and you have a genuine buy-in to what's going on in the community.
Yeah, it's definitely our job to notify the community as to what's going on. And Dwight, you've been really good about sending us the press releases. It used to be when Dwight sent me a press release, I would call him and then he would give me a soundbite. But now, these days, it's difficult to nail Dwight down because he's a busy guy. So now Dwight sends a press release and then he sends me the sound for the press release at the same time. So I don't really speak to Dwight on a day-to-day basis, but that's how we've worked it out. And I had other agencies doing that for me too, and they've all slowly but surely dropped off. You're really one of the only ones that still does that for me, where you actually
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, don't stop, and don't tell Scott not to do it either. I really appreciate that, because it's there's a lack of trust for us out there, the media, especially when it comes to somebody in your position, because you've been burned before or whatever may happen. But it's unfortunate. But Dwight has always been very, very helpful when it comes to that. And anything I need Dwight to do, like he's here right now talking to us, and he's done 2 shows with us in the month of April, he jumps right up and does it. So
again, we want to feed our local media with information, and you're such a great group to deal with, and you're very supportive, but you report the news as it comes out, and you ask the right questions. And on the other side of this, the tone now with a lot of media organizations is the gotcha. We're looking for an angle, or we're looking for some clickbait stuff. Yeah, and it kind of wears us out after a while. We want to be responsive, transparent. That's always the way it's been at the agency. That's been my direction from Sheriff Masher, Sheriff Rhodes, Sheriff Waugh, who hired me back in when was it? 2008. And I think the community has appreciated that. But my goal has been to let them know what's going on, and that no matter what, the work is getting done. The deputies are out 24/7 dealing with all kinds of challenges and doing a fantastic job.
I like the fact that you relay the information to me. It just shows that the tax dollars are being used for what they're supposed to be used for. Things are happening, people are being arrested, crimes are being stopped, and then the good things that the YCSO does as well.
A lot of good programs.
Yeah, let's take our first break, okay? YCSO spokesman Dwight D'Evelyn is with us today on today's Countywide. He is retiring as of May 14th after 14 years of service at the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office. Their website is ycsoaz.gov. Stick around, Countywide back in just a couple minutes.
The mouth is the gateway to the digestive system. Studies indicate a correlation between oral health and full body health. Regular cleanings and checkups can help protect you. New patients are welcome at Arizona Smile Designers in Cottonwood. There's a full smile worth of services, all offered under one roof. Whitening and cosmetic to implants and smile reconstruction. Find out more or request an appointment online at azsmiledesigners.com.
Your carpet is the largest air filter in your home, trapping dust, dirt, and germs from the air that your family members breathe, even the furriest ones.
That's why it's important to keep your carpet and tile clean and hygienic with regular cleanings by Zero Res. Zero Res uses state-of-the-art technology and powered water, not soap or harsh chemicals, so zero residue is left on home surfaces.
Schedule your appointment today because a clean home is a healthy home. Visit ZeroResNorthernArizona.com.
Hi, this is Greg at Verdi Solar Power. You know, Arizona has lots of clean, renewable sunshine, and we want to help you take advantage of it with our quality solar installations, and we offer to beat any written offer on a residential solar electric system. So bring us your electric bill and let us show you how solar power will save you money. We're located conveniently here in the Verdi Valley and are dedicated to helping the valley go solar. So remember, the energy solution comes up every morning.
Award-winning Soundbites Grill is an entertainment restaurant located in Uptown Sedona at the Hyatt Pinion Point Resort. Open for lunch and dinner, featuring fresh fish, all-natural hand-cut beef, even a full vegan menu. Family-friendly, open 11:30 to 9, late dining on Friday and Saturday. Soundbites Grill has some of the best views of the Sedona Red Rocks. Offers world-class entertainment, food, fun, and music.
Welcome back to Countywide. YCSO spokesman Dwight D'Evelyn. We're not going to hear that much longer. We are not. He is retiring after 14 years with the Sheriff's Office. He is leaving May 14th. YCSOAZ.gov is the website. Dwight is with us here today, and I didn't realize it had been 14 years, but 2008, huh? That's when...
I can't believe it either. It just is really flown by. It has. I spent 25 years in LA as a deputy sheriff for the LA County Sheriff's Office and retired, I think, in 2006, if I recall. You know, as you get older, things start. I
was going to say, you look a little grayer than last time I saw you, too.
Oh, yeah. Listen, yeah. And then, I came. Yeah. Then I came out here. I moved my family out here. We actually bought a place in 2004, but I continued working out there until 2006, and then eventually moved to Chino Valley, which we love, and never thought I'd work, full time for another 10, 14 years. And here I am 14 years later. Just had really a blessing that I had this opportunity to come into this position because I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And so, it's like 25 years behind a badge and 14 years behind a keyboard. But I will say the challenges sometimes as a PIO here were a little bit more difficult than being a cop in LA, just because of the amount of work. We don't have I didn't have a PIO staff like a lot of agencies do, which was fine. I had some help, but it was mainly on me to get the word out and handle all these different incidents that happened over the years. And I frankly had a blast doing it. But it does take a toll on your family life because there's an expectation you'll jump in your car and be where you need to be 24/7. And that came with the job. So now I don't have to worry about that after May 14th.
I was thinking about that too, just how you by yourself being the PIO for the Sheriff's Office. I mean, Yavapai County is huge, and so you were dealing. And when we do have the big incidents, like you said, James Ray, the Goodwin fire brought up media from down south as well. But those big international stories that happen in Yavapai County every once in a while, I can't imagine what it's like being all by yourself, and then you've got to deal with. I mean, how many news agencies are we talking about? Hundreds? Get in touch with you?
Yeah, for the Sweat Lodge, there had to be near 100. And it was funny because when that broke, I remember being, because when I first was hired on, I also did community relations. They finally took that away from me. But I was doing a neighborhood watch meeting in the village of Oak Creek when the first call came out about the Sweat Lodge. We didn't know what was going on. We kind of thought there's a fire in a some type of man-made sweat event and people are dying. It's just like, what is this? Mm-hmm. So when I got home that night, the phone started lighting up, and the next day I was at my kitchen table with a computer. My wife was taking notes and handling phone calls from all over the country and all over the world, actually. Japan, I had calls from Germany, and It was just like, wow, this is just really blown up. And but people wanted to know what was going on, and that alone was very challenging because our patrol folks and our detectives and the sheriff were just busy doing their thing. So I wanted to make sure I could try and manage the media the best I could, so they didn't have to worry about it.
What's it like having to go do a wildfire? Because I've got to imagine, are you on scene the whole time, or are you not there the whole time? Because there's the cameras and everything that are going on every day. They want that morning update, they want that evening update, and so I imagine you're probably there almost 24/7 when there's a big fire event going on.
Yeah, almost every fire we've had, and we've had some doozies, as you know. I'm at the command post, or the I forget what they call it, where all the agencies have collected, and I'll be there pretty much 24/7. May run home for a couple hours sleep and come back, but and a lot of it I can do remotely. But when they need someone on camera, you got to be at the command post or out on the scene where things are happening, so people can see what's going on. Fortunately, with Facebook now, we have a great Facebook page. We're able to go live sometimes. So a lot of media can feed off our Facebook page with what we're seeing at the sheriff's office. So, but it's a commitment when we have these large fires. Yarnell, I was pretty much there 24/7.
Yeah, so the technology has helped a lot. I was telling Dwight, too, prior to starting the show, that Zoom has allowed us, for countywide, to pull people in from all over the different parts of the state, where, ADA, we had them on a couple weeks ago. Typically, we would ask them to drive up. They would sit down in the studio with us and do a 20-minute show, and then they would have to drive all the way back down to Phoenix.
Right.
And it gets to the point where it's difficult to get somebody to do that, but the technology has really made things much, much better.
Yeah, during the last year or so, I'm doing more video news media than I've ever done. And I think, like you said, I think the convenience is far outweighs any of the other issues of not being in person. Although I prefer to sit next to you, Paul, and shake your hand, but I'm not going too far, so we'll see you around the county.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So, in addition to dealing with people like myself, the media, and then, of course, the sheriff has probably got you doing things as well. What else do you do at YCSO, and you've been doing over the past 14 years? You mentioned Deputy Do Right.
Yeah, those programs, obviously pre-COVID, we were very busy in the schools. Scott runs a great Right by Kids program, we call it, with our mascot. So we'd be in the schools throughout the year, and then we do special events, community events, where we'd have Deputy Do Right there, or I'd just show up just to be a representative for the sheriff's office. So that was one aspect. I was doing a lot of neighborhood watch programs, again, before we hired someone to help with that. And on that note, Sheriff Rhodes hopes to have a community representative just for the Verdi side of the county on board, I expect by the end of the year. So that'll be a real plus too. So, but there was always something going on that we had to deal with. The sheriff had a lot of projects. We put videos together. The PIO spot really grew into different things as it evolved over the years. And
right.
And now I'm a PIO supervisor, so I'm actually working with Chris Wilson at Silent Witness. I work with Scott Reed, Brian Thomas in crime prevention. So there's a lot of different aspects of the program just beyond dealing with the media.
Okay. All right. Let's take our second break. YCSOAZ.gov is the website. Yavapai County Sheriff's Office spokesman Dwight Devlin is retiring as of May 14th, so he will not be on the radio anymore with us, unless, of course, something happens and we just happen to.
I might have a guest appearance.
He's still going to be a volunteer for YCSO. So there's that. So let's take our second break, and then Countywide will be back in just a couple minutes.
The mouth is the gateway to the digestive system. Studies indicate a correlation between oral health and full body health. Regular cleanings and checkups can help protect you. New patients are welcome at Arizona Smile Designers in Cottonwood. There's a full smile worth of services all offered under one roof. Whitening and cosmetic to implants and smile reconstruction. Find out more or request an appointment online at azsmiledesigners.com.
Your carpet is the largest air filter in your home, trapping dust, dirt, and germs from the air that your family members breathe. even the furriest ones.
That's why it's important to keep your carpet and tile clean and hygienic with regular cleanings by Zero Res. Zero Res uses state-of-the-art technology and powered water, not soap or harsh chemicals, so zero residue is left on home surfaces.
Schedule your appointment today because a clean home is a healthy home. Visit ZeroResNorthernArizona.com.
Hi, this is Greg at Verdi Solar Power. You know, Arizona has lots of clean, renewable sunshine, and we want to help you take advantage of it with our quality solar installations, and we offer to beat any written offer on a residential solar electric system. So bring us your electric bill and let us show you how solar power will save you money. We're located conveniently here in the Verdi Valley and are dedicated to helping the valley go solar. So remember, the energy solution comes up every morning.
Award-winning Soundbites Grill is an entertainment restaurant located in Uptown Sedona at the Hyatt Pinion Point Resort. Open for lunch and dinner, featuring fresh fish, all-natural hand-cut beef, even a full vegan menu. Family-friendly, open 11:30 to 9, late dining on Friday and Saturday. Soundbites Grill has some of the best views of the Sedona Red Rocks. Offers world-class entertainment, food, fun, and music.
Welcome back. Sorry, Dwight. Dwight and I were
That's
talking.
okay.
Dwight and I were talking during the break there. YCSOAZ.gov. That's where you want to go. Dwight and I just did a show recently about Code Red and the Ready Set Go program. We'll pitch that one again too. So go to the website and take a look at that. Volunteering, Dwight. You mentioned earlier in the show that you're going to still stick around and be a YCSO volunteer. What does a YCSO volunteer do? What are you going to do?
Well, they do all kinds of things, and I've been so impressed with the work of our volunteers in all aspects of this agency, from administrative work to search and rescue. I mean, cold case, it covers the gamut.
The VIPs, I know, they're everywhere.
Yeah, and it's kind of you want to give back, and I really do, and I want to stay connected to the agency. So I'm going to work with Scott and some of his school programs, the Right by Kids program, the Deputy Do Right mascot as part of that program. We do parades, community events. We're in the schools all year, which is finally starting to come back. And then also help out on major events. So you may see me down at a fire working with some of our volunteers. I might be able to help with the media occasionally in that aspect. So I just want to stay connected to the agency. One of my other hobbies is I play drums in a band, Road One South. So we're back at it again, and that's been a real kick in the pants for me to be able to still do that, and then spend time with my wife and see my grandkids. We really have missed that part of it. A lot of times I couldn't travel, frankly, because of the job, and now that's going to change. So really looking forward to that aspect of when I move on.
You spread those wings and go fly somewhere, aren't you?
Yeah, do some traveling.
We still got a couple minutes left. Where you say traveling, but when you say traveling, what is Dwight's number one, or what's Dwight's wife's number one destination she wants to go to with her husband when he retires?
Well, actually, we're not going too far. We have kids in Northern California, and I have a lot of family in Washington State. And we've made a couple trips up there over the last few years, but now we can go up and really spend some time, and I can put my phone away. So that's kind of where we're heading. We've fantasized about going to Europe and doing a little traveling in some beautiful countries there. So that's all on the table. But right now, it's just staying, in the western part of the country, seeing our kids. And I can't wait to do that. So not too far, and just really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it sounds like fun. Real quick, if you had to do it all over again, would you?
Oh, I would. Again, the challenges have been difficult, but the rewards far outweigh any of that. And the opportunity to meet the wonderful folks here at YCSO and just see the work that's being done 24/7. And for me to be able to share that with the community and the community support has just been, it's been an honor, an absolute honor, and a great part of my law enforcement career.
All right, we're out of time. Thank you, Dwight, for the 14 years that you've been helping me out at Yavapai Broadcasting. I appreciate it. That website again is YCSOAZ.gov. YCSOAZ.gov for information about the Sheriff's Office. Dwight Devlin retiring May 14th after 14 years of service. That's today's Countywide. We thank you for watching, listening, and we'll talk to you again next time.